All right, welcome back, everybody. Today we're going to do a more recent one from Scap. This is a LeBron James video. It's going to be called The King of Juice. I have no idea what it's about. I can kind of assume, and let's find out together. Here we go.
Well, we all know LeBron James thinks he is the GOAT, as he repeatedly goes out of his way to inform us of this extremely questionable stance as frequently as is possible. Whether it's having his wife humiliatingly introduce him as such.
Please welcome to the stage, the GOAT, respectfully, LeBron James.
I've been waiting for somebody to show this because it seemed to slip under the radar, and I'm the only one who's been complaining about it. At the ESPYs, how you gonna have your wife do that? I would be actually pissed off if my wife did that. But you got to be pretty sure LeBron set her up to do this stuff. But I'd be pissed off if she did that because I'd be like, I'd get up on stage and be like, that's disrespectful to all the goats who came before me. I am not the goat. Shut up, everybody. No.
Before he strolled on the stage
Look at him with
the
a smile,
ESPY
though.
Awards, presumably fresh
Look how happy he is about it, though. He's like, yeah, she know I'm the GOAT.
on his heels from the destruction of Toontown. He also seemingly just travels with two live goats to public engagements.
What?
And hell, he'll just outright tell you he's the GOAT.
That one right there made me the greatest player of all time.
But regardless of how absolutely laughable these assertions are, and despite what you might think of his obviously long and distinguished career of stat padding,
Well, the list is long but distinguished.
or his outright humiliating playoff failures, one thing is actually undeniable. This guy has amassed inarguably the most
That's after J.R. Smith blew that game for him in the finals. He didn't know what to say to him.
impressive career in NBA history in terms of durability and longevity. But amid the news that LeBron's longtime teammate and close personal friend, Tristan Thompson, was being suspended for 25 games by the NBA due to a positive test for HGH, it has reignited the ample amounts of smoke surrounding rampant allegations that LeBron himself is doping and has been for years.
Okay, I didn't know about Tristan, but I've been getting a lot of comments on these videos from people that say that there's like confirmed sources of LeBron James doping. And it's something me and my buddies and stuff we've been talking about for a long time because you got to assume he's been doping. I mean, look at that big ass head of his and his age. Nothing matches up. But shit. Let's see what Scap found out for us.
But the question is, amid all of this smoke, is there actually any fire? And while it is difficult to truly get to the bottom of this due to the fairly laissez-faire approach of the league's testing parameters,
So thank you, LeBron James, for what you bring to our league.
and the stringent protections afforded to the players by the Players Association, there are some pieces in this puzzle we can start putting together. As former MMA fighter and self-professed doper Chael Sonnen himself recently accused LeBron of not only using performance enhancers, but claims he also knows exactly what LeBron is using.
If the world understood what LeBron did, we have the same drug guy, if you will. I know exactly what he's doing. EPO matters. It's the reason LeBron takes it. It's the king of performance enhancers.
EPOs are natural
EPO did you guys catch that part where he said they have the same dealer? So there might be something to this.
occurring hormones that stimulate bone marrow to create more
Hold on. I want to know what an EPO is.
natural occurring hormones that stimulate bone marrow to create more red blood cells and thus substantially increases endurance levels. And for purposes of this conversation, HGH, or human growth hormone, boosts muscle and bone growth to promote recovery. And it is, if someone were using, hypothetically of course, the hardest PED to test for. This is because HGH stays in the system a maximum of 2 2 days. Also, per the NBA Players Association's collective bargaining agreement with the league, players are subjected to random tests for HGH no more than twice during the season and once in the offseason. But is LeBron actually using? It would be extremely irresponsible to take walking mouthpiece Chael Sonnen's word for it, though it is suspicious with the virality of this clip and the
That Will Ferrell? Staring right into my eyes. I gotta go. I gotta move on.
those comments that LeBron had absolutely no response whatsoever. No strongly worded denial, no legal actions, no demands for a retraction. But yet, there has been nothing definitively proven throughout LeBron's career. But again, there is plenty of smoke surrounding the longevity king. And in terms of eye test, LeBron's body has undeniably gone through some alarming physical transformations, while his durability has remained at unprecedented levels. And LeBron's 4-year stint in Miami coincided with substantial gains in muscularity, while
Yeah, you guys remember first stint Cleveland, LeBron? Because he was just, I mean, he was shredded, but he was lean, mean. And then all of a sudden, the guy's jacked up and buff as all hell. It happened overnight.
simultaneously getting to his leanest levels of body fat for his entire 21-year playing career to this point. James, of course, played in Miami from the years of 2010 through 2014. And it was coincidentally in 2013 in Miami where the biogenesis scandal erupted, linking several Major League Baseball players to PEDs, including Alex Rodriguez, Ryan Braun, and Nelson Cruz, among others. The mastermind of the alleged health clinic was Anthony Bosch, and in recently unredacted federal documents, LeBron James's longtime friend and business manager Ernest Mims, as well as former personal trainer David Alexander, who also served as LeBron's wife's personal trainer, were both named as clients of Biogenesis. I'm certain this is all just coincidence. But when he went back to Cleveland for the 2014-15 season, at the age of just 30, LeBron seemed to be declining in athleticism and stamina. Thus, on December 30th, 2014, LeBron decided to take a bizarre 2-week leave of absence from the Cleveland Cavaliers organization and
Yeah, my brother talks about this all the time and is suspicious too because especially nowadays with the Lakers, he seems to go out and ball out for a week and then he's on the bench for 3 or 4 games. Then he keeps rinsing and repeating. So what the hell's he doing on his downtime? I hear like Shills saying like he's actually injured, but that's bullshit, dude. There's no way. Because then he comes back and he's in perfect shape, like perfectly healthy every single time. You get injured, you get injured. You can't get injured every other week and then have a miraculous recovery. So he's doing something.
returned to Miami, of course, for some R&R. The Cavaliers at the time were only 18-13 and in 5th place in the Eastern Conference. And in the final 8 games before his leave of absence, LeBron averaged just 24.4 points per game, 4.8 rebounds, and 7.8 assists on 48% shooting from the field. Yet in the midst of this personal and team slump, during the middle of an active NBA season, LeBron just bounces for a 2-week vacation in Miami?
What?
Yeah, really.
And when he returned from the 2-week hiatus, his explosion and athleticism had mysteriously returned to form from years prior. And in the 8 games following his return, he averaged 30.5 points per game, 6.6 rebounds, and 6.4 assists on 51% shooting. LeBron's return to form would also, naturally, coincide with the Cavaliers, making a jump from the 5 seed to the 2 seed over the remainder of the season, and of course, getting back to the NBA Finals. Nothing to see here, just more coincidences. Oh, and speaking of coincidences, a teammate of LeBron on that Cleveland
Real quick, I didn't know what a change in numbers that was after he took that break. That is pretty weird. You didn't say he was taking a break for an injury like he does now. He just needed some time off in Miami. Yeah, where his dealer is. I don't know.
Team who would play with LeBron for his entire 4-year second tenure with the Cavs? You guessed it, Tristan Thompson. And as Thompson recently told Mark J. Spears in an interview, quote, "Me and Bron's connection go way bigger than basketball. I've known him since I was 17. So I've always had crazy respect for him. There's a brotherhood that's deep."
No, that's a big coincidence.
And that brings us to February of 2023, when LeBron crumpled to the ground and a hot mic picked up an undeniable statement by the King that he felt a pop, following a diagnosis by the team and an admission.
Hey, I just suffered an injury, and I felt a pop. I heard a pop for the very first time in my life. Those who know me out there in the real world, you know exactly what that injury was. And I'm on my second week now, and I still can't walk. I'm still on crutches. I think I'll be able to start walking within another week or so, but gingerly. So to be able to play a basketball game in the NBA, probably 6 weeks recovery. Now let's see what happened with him, because a pop is a muscle tear. Okay, that's what the popping sound is. It's a muscle tearing. So it's funny that this came up because I've got perfect context because I'm literally on crutches right now. So let's see, because I remember him saying this, and then all of a sudden he was like miraculously back perfectly, right? You can't do that shit without some kind of PEDs.
From LeBron himself, he tore a tendon in his foot.
I tore a tendon in my foot.
Various reports indicated that the injury could potentially be season-ending, or perhaps James would be able to return to the team later in the playoffs if they made it far enough.
Yeah, a couple months.
Miraculously, LeBron would return far earlier from the injury than any of the doctors had anticipated, because, according to LeBron himself, he was healing faster than any of the doctors had ever seen.
When did you get a sense of you would have a plan to get you back faster than what the normal? When the doctors told me I was healing faster than anybody I've seen before with the injury.
For an athlete with unusually high usage and wear and tear in, at the time, his 20th season at the age of 38, just so many damn coincidences.
No, that's a big coincidence.
Totally feasible though. Nothing to see here, and likely nothing the NBA doesn't already know is happening.
So thank you, LeBron James, for what you bring to our league.
As neuroscientist Andrew Huberman, who is an associate professor of neurobiology at Stanford University School of Medicine, who was recently a guest on the Joe Rogan podcast, went on record with reports from an active NBA player.
I know someone who's a professional basketball player, and I asked him about steroids, and he said, well, if you get injured, you can take up to 200 mgs a week, which is considered a TRT dose, is allowed, according to this player. But that's actually a pretty big dose.
Could the smug interviews with LeBron bragging about his unprecedented healing at the age of 38 be because, in fact, he knows his level of importance to the NBA is too high for them to risk outing him? And this year, right now, at 39 years of age, James is still averaging 34 minutes per game and scoring 25 points per game in a career in which he is already the all-time combined minutes leader when factoring in the regular season and the playoffs. But of course, nothing to see here.
Nothing to see here.
Dude,
no definitive evidence or proof tying LeBron to a failed drug test. But is it really that infeasible to suggest that a league who has spent the better part of damn near 2 decades manufacturing this guy's fake legacy would go out of their way to protect that legacy? While we may never know anything for sure, one thing is certain. With the amount of smoke
Oh, this shit's gonna come out after he retires. That's for damn sure.
surrounding LeBron's alleged usage of performance-enhancing drugs. The commensurate amount of fire accompanying it would be, hypothetically, enough to burn an entire forest to the ground, or an entire league.
Damn, that was interesting.
Well, this is uncharted territory.
Excuse me. Yeah, that was pretty interesting.
Well, we all
I gotta go and find some PEDs to fix my leg, and hopefully that'll help me heal this shit a little faster, like LeBron does. I'm just totally kidding, guys. Um, but I don't know what to talk about in the comment section other than the obvious. I mean, I've had some people, comment before, but here we go. We're attacking the issue. So, what do you guys know? And like, what do you guys think? Do you guys think he's been juicing all this time? Because I really do. I really do. I just don't know what the hell it is. And I don't know too much about, performance enhancing drugs other than HGH and like old school roids. So, anyways, let's talk it out in the comments. I do want to learn more about this. And thank you for watching the video, everybody. Give Scap some love. Give me some love with some likes and subscribes and comments. I'd really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys on the next one. All right. Peace.